Hi Year 7, I'm sorry I'm not with you, but we are at a part in your unit where you're putting your prints together and you're cutting out and you're starting to arrange them. Now that can be a little bit confusing for some people, and I won't be in your next lesson, so this is just to help you. So I'm just going to describe what you have to do. First step is to, as most of you've done, is trim down your prints. You have two prints per colour. So for example, there are two green ones, two red, two pink, two blue that have been printed. Now, what you need to to cut around one of those prints. So what I've done here is my 4 paintbrush designs, as you can see, have been cut out from one of the prints but not from the other one. So this is something you need to do first. You have 2 prints per colour, so place those on top of the other print. Now I've done this 4 times here. So each of those are cut out and they're on top of the background. The next thing we want to do is to replace the second print with a clean piece of paper. So for example, on this blue, I'm going to take that away, get my piece of blue, which is under here, clean blue paper, put it there, and then arrange my prints that have a blue outline onto that piece of paper. I then do that with all the other colours. So there's the pink. And then I'm going to do that with the orange. Take those off there, those there. We don't have to put them exactly in place, and then I'm going to have the green, take the green away from underneath. Some of you who have complicated prints may not want to mix up the colours of much, but mine's quite simple, so I'm going to move mine around a little bit. So for example, I'm going to take the green away from here and I'm going to put blue next to it. I'm going to take this one away from here and I'm going to put red in its place. And I'm going to take this one away from here and put the pink in its place. I'm now going to do a similar thing on each of my other sections. I can always change these arrangements, but for the time being, this is what I'm going to do. It means that on each colour I've got all 4 colour prints that I want to use. So this one has a red and a blue. It now needs a pink. And then the last one would be a green. And then hopefully the last one I do should be quite straightforward. So my piece of work is going to be these 4 things together. Now I may decide that that's the arrangement I want, or I may decide that rather than having them all the same way round, that I'm going to move them slightly. So I might move this one, rotate it slightly, and rotate it one way that way. And I may decide this is going to be rotated 2 places. This is going to go 1, 2, 3 places. So then I find the arrangement that I want on those 4 pieces. If I get that far, again, it's probably a good idea, once you have your arrangement, to use a little bit of blue tack to blue tack things into place. I'm not going to do that just yet. Now, as I think I mentioned last time, when we are gluing, we don't use glue sticks. We try and avoid using glue sticks because they will stick for a while, but if these things go up on display for any length of time, they'll start to drop off because the glue stick glue isn't good enough. So what you need to use is a blob of the PVA glue and something like a spreader like this. So then what I'm going to do is try and carefully apply an even coat of the glue to the back of my shape. And then carefully paste it on to the piece of paper where I want it to go. Try and avoid handling this too much because the printing ink may get a little bit wet. And then it's also a good idea to have a spare piece of paper just to smooth that down. So I've got one piece. It doesn't matter if glue goes where you don't want it to go because this glue dries clear. And so I'm going to carry on with this section. That goes there. I'm just going to check where it goes and then apply some more glue. And then I will continue with that process until I've finished all 4. When all 4 sections are glued down and they're all in the right place, I can then stick the 4 sections together to make my piece of pop art work. As I've said before, my shapes are quite simple and I can easily divide my page into 4 sections. What you might not be able to do is do such a range of different colours because you have quite a complicated design. In that case, cut out your complicated shape and see how it looks on different squares of coloured paper. This coloured paper is at the back of the classroom, to the left as you look at the back of the classroom, and you will need to trim the paper down to the sizes that you want. Okay, good luck with that, and I look forward to seeing what you've done when I return.